What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another pre-market watch list. Anyways, sorry for being on late today. Sorry for not being on Friday. I've been moving into a new place, so things have been pretty busy for me. But anyways, we're here right now. So we're going to knock out a few things, at least get on here, talk to you guys about a few things. But anyways, yeah, moving into a new place over the weekend. So kind of out of place right now. I got a lot of things going on. So anyways, thanks again, guys, for tuning in as always. So we're going to jump into it. I at least wanted to get on here for a few minutes to discuss with you guys the market. All in all, right now, the stock market doesn't look that great. Things are kind of scary, look pretty weak. So all today I'll be doing is watching a lot of large cap stocks and really keeping my eye on the market and probably trading maybe trading volatility ETFs. For you guys, I think TVIX, UVXY, some volatility ETFs could be a great option for trading today because the markets right now are at a very major support. And if they break that major support, then there's a strong chance we'll start to see some panic selling in the market. And a lot of stop losses getting hit. Thus, it's going to maybe cause a fast downward move, which will increase the volatility index, which will then cause TVIX and UVXY to trade very well in the day. So I think keeping some attention on that side is going to be pretty good. Thanks about the new place. Good morning, guys. Good morning to all of you guys. Yeah, the new place is cool. I'll do like a little video of it at some point, probably show you guys around and kind of the place. But all in all, markets are a little shaky. Let's get into sharing the screen. All right, 1 second. There we go. All right, so let's look at the market here. This is the market. We're going to give you a quick rundown. This is a 4-hour chart. So if you look at the daily chart, yeah, nothing about the daily chart looks strong. The 4-hour chart is now starting to break, Friday's lows, and we're starting to get down towards, these previous low points of 258. We have about $1 per share to go before we get down to the 258.65 lows from the other week. So once that breaks, okay, if these lows do break, hold on, let's look at it on a yearly chart. Okay, if these low points do break, we're basically going straight down to 252. So we're going down to low 250s most likely if that starts to break down anymore. Okay, so right now market's a little shaky. We're kind of living on the edge here, so we'll see. It depends on what it does. If it starts breaking these lows over here at 258.60, I think we could see a bad day or a strong sell-off. But again, we might bounce here today too. So note that we might bounce here. Okay, this is a previous strong bounce. We might have a little bit of a green day bouncing off that level. But I think it's very wise to start watching a lot of your volatility ETFs and short bias on the market. So the one stock to keep an eye on that I was looking at earlier this morning was PTI. So PTI is, it's a little penny stock for the most part. It had some strong news here this morning. As you can see, the stock started to react on that news. Okay, so it looks like they got a new license deal. Okay, so you can see they gapped up, they sold off, they're kind of channeling back and forth. So at this point, we're really just hoping that this turns into a bullish pennant, kind of channels back and forth and then leads towards a breakout today. So we're going to watch PTI. Do note, though, that PTI has been a stock that is known to give back the gains pre-market. So a lot of times we've seen these gap ups on PTI happen, but nothing ever comes of them. They end up kind of selling off. So I'm not like super sold on trading PTI, but I'm going to watch it just because so far it's a pretty nice gap up. And it's kind of channeling right now, and I think this does have some opportunity to make some moves, but it has been known to kind of just, kind of turd out. Okay. Yeah, so like if some of you guys are options traders, I'd be short the market. I already am short the stock market with options. I've been short since last Friday. So I've been shorting the market. It's nothing new for me. Yeah, some of you guys have been shorting with options. I've been shorting them too. You know, some people just, you know, and that's another thing. Some people don't short the market with options. They just buy up TVIX. You know, buying TVIX and going long on TVIX is really the same thing as shorting the market, because it only goes up when the market goes down due to volatility. So theoretically, you are shorting the market when you're longing those types of ETFs, theoretically. You can't find me on LPP because LPP is not. I don't work with LPP. Yeah, I don't. So that's Ricky Gutierrez, and he has his own business called Learn Plan Profit. So that's something he does specifically, and I have no ties to that. So that's probably why you can't find me over there, in there, anything like that. So anyways, PTI, little penny stock. Then something else to keep an eye on is JNJ, because JNJ had that bad news Friday about the asbestos being in the baby powder. We had this massive sell-off. And it looks like pre-market, people are still paying attention to that bad news and reacting poorly to that bad news, and the stock is trading down. So I would watch JNJ short bias with that news that there was asbestos in the baby powder. I think that negative news is overpowering the good news that came out maybe like over the weekend. So this is what happened. J&J, Johnson & Johnson, news broke that there was asbestos in the baby powder, and that Johnson & Johnson knew about the asbestos in the baby powder. You can obviously see what that did to the stock on Friday. On Friday, the thing lost like, I don't know, like 12%, whatever it was. Anyways, it just crashed. I was short J&J. It crashed. We've been trading it. To add on to that, over the weekend, Johnson & Johnson came out with their own reports saying that the allegations are false, or, you know, they're being accused of something that's not true, and studies show there's no asbestos in the baby powder, blah, blah, blah. So they did kind of come back and fight with their own press release from Johnson & Johnson saying that, no, there isn't any asbestos in the baby powder, that it is safe, and we've ran our studies, and blah, blah, blah. But as you can see, it looks like that asbestos news is overpowering the news that Johnson & Johnson pushed out over the weekend, because it's still dropping. So I think watching Johnson & Johnson would be a wise decision. Short bias today, at least for the beginning of the day, is the way it's appearing right now. Yeah, I think I made on Friday like 300%, 400% of my options, like something nuts. Yeah, so this is what I did on Friday. I was moving stuff into my new place, and so I wasn't like super active trading Friday. But I caught Johnson & Johnson short here and rode the short all the way down to 130, covered majority of my options, and I left some on over the weekend. And so I'm still holding, I think, 2 or 3 option contracts short right now. So working out pretty well. Anyways, so Johnson & Johnson, watching that short today is probably not a bad idea. And then it's just, you know, it's really just the, and then also with Johnson, or, what was I going to say? With Johnson & Johnson, look at the yearly chart here. You can see it bounced at 130. 130 was like an interaction point. So 130 wasn't realistically a support because it was more or less an interaction point, which is support. So this was a pretty strong support that it bounced on Friday. You know, you can, again, going back, look at all the interaction points here at the 130 mark. There. So they're everywhere. Okay, you get the point. So that 130 was that level. So that's kind of the key level right now for Johnson & Johnson to hold up. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to do it. And we're probably going to get the 130 snap here in about a second or two. So follow Johnson & Johnson short. Last thing I'll talk about is look at the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000 small cap index on a yearly chart. And you will see that it looks almost identical to the stock market, or the SPY, the SPY or the Dow Jones, you know, NASDAQ, you know, Russell 2000. They all look very similar, but you can see what's happened with the Russell 2000, okay? Russell 2000's done exactly what the SPY has done, and then more, right? It did its W bounce, failed, and broke down. And now when you look at the SPY, you know, what do you think's probably going to happen? We're probably going to do something similar. So Again, I think I got money is down right now in the market. I think we're going lower, so just keep an eye on that. If you're having trouble longing stocks right now, you're not finding a lot of long setups, you're a swing trader and things are becoming harder, that's because this market is shifting right now. The trend is shifting, and a lot of newer traders and people who have been trading for a while don't know how to shift with it, right? They don't know how to shift gears from a long bias trader to a short bias trader, right? So a lot of things are changing in the market that a lot of people aren't comfortable with and don't know how to really, don't know what to do right now. A lot of people don't know what to do. So you're seeing a lot of change here, right? I see a lot of change in the market, trends starting to change a little bit, sentiment starting to change a little bit, volume starting to pick up, things are more short, things are not long, you're seeing more red days. And again, it becomes a challenge for people. Again, it's not as easy to make money when a market's going down for some. Okay, other people are like, oh yeah, it's easy, just short the. Some people don't know how to short. People are like, oh, just trade options. Some people don't know how to trade options. So, if you come out and say, oh, it's hard to make money in this market, you're of course you're gonna have that smart aleck out there. It's like, oh, you need to be able to make money in every single situation, no matter what. But yeah, okay, you'll get to that point eventually, sure, but. It's more of a challenge for people to make money when the market's going down. It is what it is. So all in all, guys, I'll leave you with this. Watch your volatility ETFs. I don't have a whole lot for you today. Just been a busy weekend. But for today alone, it's probably good for you to watch volatility ETFs. Two of them that I always recommend are UVXY and TVIX. If you're going to trade that, you need to keep up a chart of the stock market so you know which direction it's going. And then really large cap stocks, a lot of semiconductors, MU, Nvidia, Micron, even Microsoft, all starting to see extra volatility is what it seems like, or some volatility. Yeah, but other than that, we'll leave you with that right there. So anyways, guys, have a good day. Yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning for another live stream. And other than that, stay green, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care.